Good evening and welcome. In February, I met professional flautist and singer Rachel Ombredane online through Instagram. I am so thankful for the opportunity to be able to sit down with her and find out what it took to become an amazing musician. So, without further ado, enjoy the interview. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. We just met online, and here we are having an interview together. So, gonna start with my very first question, and you must get this question every time. What influenced you? What made you start the flute? And at what age did you start?
Okay, so I started the flute at 5 or 6. I started to learn music at 3. And at 3, I didn't know what instrument I will play. And my mom got me to see a lot of concerts and a lot of shows. And there was no instrument I wanted to do. And one day in the subway, I just heard the flute, just heard. I didn't see it. I just heard the flute and I say, can I see this instrument? So we went to see this guy playing and I said, okay, that's the one. So I just fell in love, like really.
Nice. And from that point, did you ever fall out of love?
I think it's just like any relationships, so sometimes it's awesome and sometimes it's really hard. So yeah, like every relationship, it's just a struggle and you just have to manage everything, so no, I didn't and fell in love, but sometimes it's hard, definitely.
Yes. My goodness. Did you ever end up competing as well? And
What do you mean by competing?
like going to competitions with the flute?
Oh
Um,
yeah, I did a lot of auditions, a lot of competitions, a lot of things like that until my 27, I would say. And
mm,
then I just understood that it's not who I am. I actually didn't decided to play music to do competitions. It just happened, you know what I mean? So because in France you study in conservatoire, so it's really competitive and you really have to be the best you can, especially in classical music, and you do a lot of competitions, a lot of auditions, and you never ask yourself if you really want to do that. And at one point I just said, I was old actually because I was 26 or something like that. I just said, man, I don't want to do that. I just want to play music and I just want to create something and I just want to be with people. And I say, okay, I quit. So that's my story.
it's a good story. It's a good story. Um, did you also pick up the piccolo?
Yeah, I did that in high school mostly, and then beginning of university. Actually, in France, it's not exactly university because it's just conservatoire, but that's the same for you. We started at 18. So yeah, I did that a bit, and then I was like, it's not. I think it's funny though, but it's not. I don't really like the sound of people. No, it's not. I don't like the sound, but it's way too high for me. So, but it's really fun to play, which is the thing. Sometimes you play an instrument because it's fun to play, but you don't really like the sound. It was this experience for me. So I just said, okay, I like it, but in the same time, I don't like it. And I started to play alto flute and I just loved it. And I think my thing is more alto flute than piccolo.
Nice. And when did singing like how many instruments do you play and including your voice
I
singing
only
as well?
play flute. I can play a little bit of piano, but like I'm really bad at it. And I sing. Yeah, yeah. And I'm trying to play a bit of drum, but I'm really bad. But I'm trying.
But it looks really cool when you're doing it when you're doing the
Thank
looping.
you.
That looks
Because
you know
it's
it looks
not a
amazing.
real drum kit, that's why. But
It look,
yeah. So I could say that my second instrument, which is weird to say because my second instrument is my voice, which is weird. It's supposed to be my first instrument, but I think it's my second.
mm, mm, mm. And you took singing lessons for
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how it is in the US, but in France, when you started to study music, you go to a choir and you just sing when you're a kid, and then you can choose between the choir or chamber music. So I quit the choir to do chamber music, and then when I was in my solfège lessons, my teacher said you should definitely try to sing more. So I passed some auditions, and I get into I got some sorry into sing class, and it was a conservatoire too. So I did some opera. How do you say that? Lyrical or opera sing? I don't know how do you say that.
I think opera is good. Yeah.
So I did that for 3 years, and then I stopped because I was doing a lot of auditions. So I just stopped that, and I get back to that. I think 5 years after that. So yeah, my studies in singing class was more opera singing. Yeah.
Mhm. What would you say is the driving force that kept you going when you felt like giving up? Because I think everybody, we've all had that urge, like, what am I doing? Why I'm not getting paid enough, or this is, sometimes it's bringing you joy, and sometimes it's not bringing you joy. We all deal with that.
That's an hard question actually, because I don't really know. I think it's because deep, deep, deep inside of me, I know I made for it, So it's just my thing. And sometimes I'm like, I should do another thing, like having more money and having weekends and vacations. And I'm just like, I can't really quit this dream. So yeah, I that's hard because it's just deep inside myself, So sometimes it's really hard, and you cry and you're like, why did I choose that? And my family and my boyfriend said, keep going, because at one point it's going to be okay. So I'm just keep going, and maybe because I have a competition spirit deep inside of myself, I know that I can do that. So I'm tough.
Mm.
I never thought about that actually. So yeah, it's just that deep inside of me, I'm just convinced that I am doing what I'm supposed to do.
And how long have you been a full-time musician for a few years now?
uh for 7 years now. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. And when things pre-COVID, when things were normal, um, how many shows were you doing on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis?
So you're gonna be shocked because here in France is definitely not the same as in the US. First of all, let me explain all the context. Here in France, we have this program for artists. So you are paid to be an artist even when you don't play, which is
Oh, nice.
weird. Yeah, I know. All my American friends are like, what? Yeah, here in France, we have this program. So if you have 43 job offers, which is shows or remote sessions or recording or sometimes rehearsals, you are paid, and government take half of your money and just give you back this money the next year when you don't play. So when I don't play, government give me money. So we just have to do 43 shows to have that. So I think in 2019, I did 50 shows, which is not a lot for American people, I know.
No, I still, I mean, that's amazing. It's, you know,
For French is quite a lot because it's more or less 10 shows extra than what you need to do. But yeah, that's what I did. Shows, and then I did some remote sessions and recording sessions and stuff like that, but I did 50 shows, I think.
nice, nice, nice. And over the years, have you also performed in other countries?
Yeah, we performed in the US, we performed in Italy, in England, in Belgium, and that's all, and in France, obviously. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. My goodness, man, I really like that that opportunity, that setup. A lot of musicians would like that, you know.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
to,
I'm really lucky actually because we just started this band, my band RoSaWay, 3 years ago. So 1 year is a COVID year, but and as soon as we started this band, like 6 months later, I just said to my boyfriend, we should go to the US and play. Actually, he was touring. He was based in the US for 10 years and touring with a blues band, and he come back to France, and I said we should go back to the US. So that it was weird, and we just played in New York 6 months after we started the band, and we signed with the label. I don't know if you know this label, Rope Dope.
rock dope.
Rope Dope.
Oh yeah, rope dope. Yeah, yeah. I've heard of
So
that
it's
label.
our label now, and because we played in New York and we met a guy and he say, let's do a single together, and Rope It Up just signed us, which was like a dream, you know.
Mm.
And then we came back to play in LA, and then it was really really fun and great for us because it definitely is a city where our music is cool, I think. So we decided to do a run, like a 3 weeks run in California. So we did this 3 weeks run in California in August, September 29, and it was great. We loved it. So we decided to apply to have our working visas there. So we were about to have them, and then COVID and Trump say no more working visa for stranger, especially for French people. So here we are. We are in France and just waiting for Biden to say you can come. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, this whole pandemic stole the dreams of so many people.
Yeah.
So many, people that were doing dance, music, everything, everything. Travel, people just wanted to travel, everything, it's been very horrible. My
Yeah,
goodness.
no. Yeah. That's
Um,
how it is.
in regards to the you're talking about the single and you're signed to Rope-A-Dope. Um, Before this interview, I went on Spotify
Mm-hmm.
and I typed in your name. I only found the Friendship EP. You appeared on the Friendship EP in 2015. You remember that?
Oh, it was actually an Indian thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
No, because on Spotify you can find me with my band, which is RoSaWay. That's
Oh, okay.
why.
Okay, because I just typed your first and last name and I found, oh, okay, you're only on one track. And I'm like, okay,
No,
I hope
no,
you have more.
I totally forgot about this track. Yeah, that was actually one of my first. I think that was one of my first remote session actually. So it was quite cool because this Indian band just called me and say, "Do you want to record something for us?" And I was like, "Wow!" So yeah, it was something big for me at this time. So yeah, but I forgot that, which is not cool.
And just to clarify, you say remote station. What does that translate to? I was thinking when you said remote station, I thought you meant radio station. Or does remote
Oh,
station mean
remote
like,
session is when you do in your home studio.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so that was at their home studio?
It was actually in my home studio. It was in a studio, actually, in a real studio, but there it was not in India. So
Mm.
I was not with the band.
Oh, okay. I understand. Okay, so separate from the band, but you did
Yeah.
played your flute, and that was sounded nice. That was nice.
Yeah.
What inspired you to start looping? Was it did you see another artist do it, or how did
Yeah,
that come together?
yeah, I saw different artists doing that, especially Lara Somoji. I don't know if you know this harp player. She's
No? No.
great. She's a classical harp player, but she started to do loop and not electronic, but electroacoustic harp for maybe 6 or 7 years. And through Instagram she followed me, and I came through her profile and I was like, man, she's great. And I just started to think about that. And then I love Adam Ben Ezra. I don't know if you know this bass player, double bass player, is doing a lot of loop. Actually, all his show is about looping stuff, and he's great. Like, man, he's a rope-a-dope artist too, and he's amazing. He's from Tel Aviv, I think. And I was doing some loops, but not a lot. And during the lockdown, my sponsor, Headrush, just sent me this loop board. He said, the guy just said, we have this new thing. It's a new pedal. It's great. You should definitely try that. So he sent it back. He sent it to me, and I was like, man, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm not a geek, and I was like, oh my god. And I was just looked down, so I have nothing to do. And I said, okay, let's try that. So I tried. It was in April or end of March, and I was like, man, that's amazing. So I just did a lot of videos, and and I do that a lot since March. So it's pretty new.
Oh wow, cool. cool. So you haven't had a chance to do a live show with it, or?
No, I was doing actually yes and no. I was doing some loop during RoSaWay shows because
Mhm.
one of my pedal can do some loop, but it's not a loop station, you know. So I was doing that, so I did that on stage, but I didn't do an entire a whole concert like that, a whole show like that. So yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. Have you heard of Kauai? She's
No, I don't know her.
Hawaiian, and she sings, plays keys, and plays guitar, and yeah, she became famous for looping.
Oh, I
And
know. You if you can send me the link, I will
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
check it out.
When this conversation is over, you're gonna send me some stuff. I'm gonna send you some stuff.
Yeah,
Most
definitely.
definitely.
But
Most
you know,
definitely.
I said Laura and Adam Ben-Ezra, but of course there's Jacob Collier, of course. Is a master of this. You don't know Jacob Collier?
No, no. Oh, Jacob Collier. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, I said that with my French accent. So yeah, that probably is the first artist I saw doing that on stage. This
Mhm.
performance was like, wow.
Mind blowing.
Maybe him and Ellie Stroh and yeah. But there's not a lot of person doing that. Not sure. I don't know.
I think these days, like over like the last 2, 3 years, more people have started doing it. Because even in Toronto, I've seen some artists in Toronto that have, started doing it, and it's been really. I'm like, oh wow, this is catching on now. A lot more
Mhm.
people are, and some people are just saying, okay, this is my show. One person, and they're making it really, really creative as well.
Yeah, yeah. The hard thing is to do is to really do a show, not like a performance. You know, it's kind of it's not like circus. You know, when you do a lot of things and you just don't really do music. You see what I mean? So that's
Mm,
hard to manage. You know, so. Because I saw some shows and I was like, yeah, that's cool because that's really impressive, but it's not really music.
mm.
So it was more impressive than beautiful. See what I mean?
Yes,
So,
yes, yes. And you
but
want
it's
to always,
hard to manage that. So yeah.
yeah, always want to keep that musical element in there, of course.
Mm-mm.
What are some of your favorite standards that you like to play? I told one of my friends, I said, "Hey man, I'm gonna interview Rachel tomorrow. What kind of question would you ask her?" He said, "Oh, can you ask her what kind of songs? What's her favorite songs, or what's her favorite standards?" I said, "Okay, I'll ask her that."
It actually depends, because right now I have some cycle, so sometimes I'm just a huge fan of an artist, and the day after I'm a fan of another artist. So for the few months now, I'm a huge fan of Anderson .Paak. Like I
Oh
think
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's
of course.
great, and it's just next level. See what I mean? Like
Mhm.
super creative. And yeah, I think I love quite everything what he's doing. And I really love the story of this guy. And so, yeah, for now, it's that. And what do you mean by a standard? You need a jazz standard or
Yeah,
just,
yeah, jazz standard, yeah.
I don't know, because if I said Aretha Franklin, it's not really jazz. So
Oh, if that's one of your favorite songs, like, what's one of your favorite songs to play by Aretha?
I think definitely freedom.
Mmm, Freedom. I gotta
But
check that.
you know, um, I really love Nina Simone too, because I really love the character, if I can say that. Like the
Mhm.
story of this woman is just amazing. So yeah, it's hard. It's a hard question.
Oh, because there's so many, but I know, like for instance, um, there's always certain songs that you played so many tunes, but there's always like, yeah, you know what, I play this on repeat every week, or maybe because like for
Yeah,
instance, I
I'm not. I'm actually not like that. I think I. Hmm, that's hard to tell. Like, I really like artists, but I really like. How can I say that? It really depends of my state of mind and my who I am now. You see what I mean? So sometimes I'm just in the mood to listen Andrew Bird, and sometimes I'm more in the mood to listen to Lizzo, and sometimes I prefer to listen to Vivaldi, or it really depends where and when. So yeah.
Yeah. Totally understand that. Totally understand that. What has your experience taught you?
What kind of experience you mean?
Musical experience.
Okay.
Musical experience. Let me just clarify that because there's so many experiences in life.
Yeah. Um, Never give up.
Mm,
I think, yeah. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
to be a musician, and I think we should say that more to kids
Mm,
when they study music. It's like never give up, because you never know when and where it will happen for you. The thing is, I really, for me, it's like running. You know, you can run really fast for a short kilometer, but some people are doing a marathon. You know, and I really see myself as a marathon. Marathon. You said marathon, right?
yes. You're saying it right.
Runner. You see, so it's just really long, and the thing is, never give up. I think I would say that.
That's perfect. That's perfect. What is your another question one of my friends asked me to ask you. They said, ask her what is her strategy for learning the flute?
My strategy to what?
For learning the flute. But I mean you started at such a young age, so
Yeah,
but
I think first thing is to have a good teacher. I think because um, it's the same for everything, but the basis, you said basis, like the first things you learn are the most important. Like it's forever. You see what I mean? So if you miss this step, it's gonna be hard. So I think a good teacher is the first thing, and then work a lot. I would say practice a lot, and just listen to a lot of music, and stay in shape. In shape. So I think in shape. You said shape? No, how do you say that? Yeah,
shape.
shape. So I think we don't talk a lot about that, but I think a musician is like a sportive. You know, you just need your body is your instrument, your first instrument. So you need to be like really in shape. So I would say that, but it's hard to say what is my strategy. It's like practice a lot, and practice with the good habits, you know, like listening to your sounds, your tone, and um, practice in front of a mirror. Like you have to watch yourself and to know exactly your body, and mostly your face. Like, you know, you have to know your lips, you have to know everything like that, your neck and stuff. I would say that, and your fingers, because I saw a lot of flutists playing like that, like open their fingers. And here in France, we learn to play like that. You
Mm.
never open your hands like that. So I would say these kind of things, but yeah, that's my strategy.
Was there ever a period in your life where you had students and you taught? Was that something you ever did?
Oh, sorry.
Have you ever gave lessons? Have you ever taught?
I actually, yeah, I gave lesson to, I'm a teacher in a conservatoire, and I'm a teacher in Paris Philharmonie.
Hmm,
So yeah, I'm giving lessons. Yeah.
nice. Just gonna ask one. You said never give up. Is there anything else you'd like to leave with, saying to aspiring musicians as well? I think I just asked that question, but yeah, never give up.
I would say dream big. like, my mom always told me, like, if you dream to the moon, you might have a star. You see what I mean? So I think you just have to, I think the thing in life is to have goals. Like, if
Yes.
you have goals, you know why you are working. So the worst, I think, for me is to work when I don't know why I'm working or why I'm practicing or why I'm doing all these things. So I really try to have a lot of goals, not a lot, but to have goals and just to be focused on that. Even if it's big goals. So I try to have big goals, big dreams, and little ones. And just to have a to-do list, and I say, okay, today I did that. Okay, it's not my big goals, but I did that. So that's my things. And yeah, I would say dream big, work really hard, never give up, and don't be envious or jealous, but never stop. Yeah, no, because in the music world, people are really can be really mean to each
Hmm.
other, and I
Yes.
think
Yes.
it's good to see what the others are doing, because it's like a competition for yourself, but it's not. I think it's not good for your karma, and it's not good for yourself to be jealous. It doesn't help.
You said envious or jealous, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, the reason I laughed because I thought you said Andrew Sorcellis, and
Ah.
I was like, oh my God, who is that guy?
No, 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 no. Sorry, envious and jealous. Sorry for my English.
Okay, yeah, envious and jealous.
Yeah, I think it doesn't really help. But yeah, I think you have to see what people are doing,
Yes.
because to know where you are, but just do your thing. I would say.
Okay, I got another question that just came to mind. So, in when you were coming up studying, what, how many hours a day were you putting in? Like, yeah.
I used to do 6 hour every day, um, for I would say for 6 years.
Woo!
Yeah, it was kind of insane, but let me explain that. I'm not a gifted person, I'm just working hard. You see, so some people are just gifted. I'm not this kind of person. So I'm just trying really hard to be the best I can. So I think we are all gifted in something. So you just have to work on what you are not gifted. We see what I mean? So yeah, I used to work to practice 6 hour day. And then I think now I'm doing like 3 hours, something like that. But
Every day,
it's hard to tell
seven.
because I'm practicing my flute, like scales and repertoire and stuff like that, for 2 or 3 hours, and then I'm composing, doing arrangement and stuff. So I'm doing that for, it's all my day. You see what I mean? So I'm doing music all my day, but practicing. I think it's between 1 and 3 hours. Sometimes it's more when I'm really late or when I have a show and stuff like that. But I would say that every day it's like something like that. Yeah.
My goodness. So in the period of that 6 year period where you were practicing 6 hours a day, was that 7 days a week or 5 days a week and 2 days off?
7 days a week. And during my studies, when I was to conservatoire, I played during Christmas and January 1st. For 3 years, I didn't take any day off. 3 years. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm not sure it's the best strategy, to be honest, but I was really stressed, and yeah, but I'm not sure everybody should do that, to be honest. But yeah, I played during Christmas Day and January 1st. I can remember that. I think I remember that forever.
My goodness. And at what point did you start improvising?
It's just, I think it's a dream of every classical musicians to know how to improvise, but in the same time, it's just my worst nightmare. And I think it's the same for almost every classical musician. It's like a dream, but in the same time, it's a nightmare. So I'm trying to do that for a few years, but I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not, how can I say that? I didn't really try really hard. And during the first lockdown, I said I should do that. And, we were recording our new album and stuff. So I said, no, it's not the time. So during the second lockdown, which was in October, I said, okay, I really tried to do that. So I tried to be better, to improvise, but I'm not really good to do that. So yeah.
Because I saw during the live performance that was on YouTube, Audio eSpace, I noticed that you were improvising, soloing at that point.
Yeah, I was soloing, but it's not really improvising. How can I say that? Yeah, it's more a solo than an improvisation.
Okay.
But it's cool if it sounds like an improvisation.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about doing the right face when you do that.
Yeah, exactly. I believed it. I totally believed it. I said, oh, okay.
Right. No, it's more solo, yeah.
I'm a believer. So the last question I got for you, people want to know, if you spend all this time, 3 hours a day these days practicing, and then you're composing, do you fit in time for exercise as well?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to do that. Like, actually, I was a ballet dancer when I was younger, and I still do some ballet. But with the COVID, we can't have classes, so it's hard. So for 1 year now, I can't really dance. But I used to do a lot of ballet. So yeah, and I go to the gym and stuff, but I can't right now because of the COVID. So I'm trying to exercise, like to work out like 3 times every week. I try to do that. Sometimes it's more, but I try to not do less than 3 times every week.
All right. And that's usually a 30-minute workout or an hour workout?
More an hour of 45, depending, but let's say an hour, I would say.
Nice.
But yeah, it's not a lot comparing to my American friends, but here in France, because I'm living in Paris and we are walking a lot. Like I don't have a car, because here you don't have a car, so you are doing everything by walking. So I walk like 7 or 10 kilometers every day. So it's not exactly the same. Yeah, because we are doing everything by walking actually. So it's not exactly the same. It's a tiny city comparing to New York or LA so we are doing everything by foot. So yeah.
Okay. My goodness, listen. Want to find out, you said you guys did what's the name of your band again?
RoSaWay. RoSaWay.
RoSaWay.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And you guys have, what is it, an EP or an album on?
We have 2 EP and 2 singles.
Okay. So that's available out there. RoSaWay, 2 EPs, 2 singles, and you guys are currently in the works of dropping something for 2021, maybe?
Yeah, we are trying to do a new single for this summer.
Okay.
So, because we had really cool opportunities, because we released our new EP in October, and it was quite insane to do that during COVID, but we just said, okay, we have this EP, we just want it to be out. And I think it was not that bad, because we had a Rolling Stone review, we had we were invited to a national radio, we were invited to do a TV show, so it was not that bad to do that. So we are just like, we should do more for 2021. So I think we're gonna do a single. Yeah.
And did you guys do any music videos?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did a lot of, not a lot, but I think we did like 4 or 5 music videos, I think.
Okay,
And we'll do a music video with a single, definitely.
Nice. Man, okay, so people can find you, is it RoSaWay.com? Is that a thing for you guys?
Yeah.
RoSaWay.com, and then RoSaWay on Instagram, is that something as well?
RoSaWay music on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. We are quite Facebook. We still use Facebook here in Europe.
We use it here too.
Okay, because sometimes when we are touring the US, we said, yeah, you can follow us on Facebook, and everybody's like, Facebook? We said, yeah, we are in the old world, so yeah. So here in France, Facebook is a big thing. So more than Instagram, to be honest. So
okay,
yeah, that's weird. So we are kind of old-fashioned.
Nice. And you know what? Before we sign out, I want to say thank you once again for taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with me. And I said your name. I said Rachel Ombredane. But I would like, before we end, for everybody watching, I would like for you to say your name because it's so beautiful.
Rachel Ombredane.
Thank you.
Thank
you everybody for
me.
watching. This is Rachel Ombredane. I think I said it right that time.
Wow.
And yes, follow her on Instagram. Follow the band RoSaWay Music on Instagram. Look them up on YouTube. She's an amazing artist. It's an amazing band. And I look forward to seeing more in the future and hearing more.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
Darling, you gotta let me know. Should I stay or should I go? If you say that you are mine, I'll be here till the end of time. So you gotta let me know. Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go?